CCTV America, I'm Mike Walter. It sent shockwaves throughout the international community. Now, the U.S. Vice President is speaking out about the gruesome beheading of American journalist Steven Sotloff. During a speech in the U.S. state of New Hampshire on Wednesday, he had strong words for the Islamic State, promising justice and revenge.
When people harm Americans, we don't retreat. We don't forget. We take care of those who are grieving, and when that's finished, they should know we will follow them to the gates of hell until they are brought to justice. Because hell is where they will reside. Hell is where they will reside.
Biden's fiery language is just the latest from leaders around the world who are commenting on this attack by the IS. CCTV's Jim Spellman joins us from the newsroom with more global reaction. Jim?
Yeah, and the question for those leaders is what's next in this fight against the Islamic State terrorists. U.S. officials have authenticated the video of the execution of Steven Sotloff, saying it does indeed show the death of the American journalist, and that killing is ramping up pressure on world leaders to act.
Tough talk from U.S. President Barack Obama a day after the release of a horrific video showing the execution of American journalist Steven Sotloff at the hands of Islamic State terrorists, also known as ISIL.
Our objective is clear, and that is to degrade and destroy ISIL so that it's no longer a threat not just to Iraq, but also to the region and to the United States.
U.S. airstrikes against the IS in Iraq continue, but there's still no plan from the U.S. to take on the Islamic State in Syria, where Sotloff is believed to have been executed and where the U.S. says IS enjoys a safe haven.
No decision has been made on that. There's some work to be done. But believe me, ISIL is feeling the heat from the United States military and from the ISF, the Iraqi security forces, as well as Kurdish forces.
President Obama is attending a NATO summit in Wales, where he will work on building an international coalition to take on the IS. Authorities in the UK believe the voice of the masked executioner in the video is that of a British citizen. And IS terrorists say their next victim will be Briton David Haines.
There is no way to appease it. The only way to defeat it is to stand firm and to send a very straightforward message. A country like ours will not be cowed by these barbaric killers. Yeah. If they think that we will weaken in the face of their threats, they are wrong.
After the NATO summit in Wales, U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry will travel to the Middle East to line up support against the Islamic State terrorists. We can expect this to be a full-court press from the Americans as they tried to build this international coalition, Mike.
Jim, have we heard from the family of Steven Sotloff yet?
The family is in mourning as expected, but a friend of Sotloff is acting as a family spokesman. He made comments a short time ago speaking about his friend's dedication to his work. Listen.
Steve had a gentle soul that this world will be without. But his spirit will endure in our hearts. Today we grieve. This week we mourn. But we will emerge from this ordeal. Our village is strong. We will not allow our enemies to hold us hostage with the sole weapons they possess: fear.
He then went on to directly address Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, the leader of the Islamic State, speaking in Arabic, saying that what the group is doing is not a true reflection of Islam. Mike?
Jim Spellman live from our newsroom. Thank you.